Hi and welcome to another episode of Toby's Barbecue Corner. Today we're going to be barbecuing loin of deer with a very seasonal side dish. Now what you need for it and how to do it, I'm going to show you in this episode. And this is what we need for today. Now obviously we need a loin of deer, and this is absolutely lovely. This is from the same people that produce the buffalo that I usually like to use. So this is from the south of Germany. It's but this one was actually shot free range, so to speak. So it's very lean, absolutely lovely. And then maybe based on these peelings, you can already notice where we're going with this. We're actually going to have asparagus with it, and these are lovely asparagus, again from the local region. We're going to have some sauce hollandaise with it, and all you need is some salt and pepper and you're good to go. Now, in case you've never eaten white asparagus before, it's a seasonal dish. It starts in April and goes until the 24th of June, so it's a very small window of when we actually have them in Germany. And no, if you ask anybody, we will not buy asparagus from anywhere else. So we will either eat this asparagus or we will not eat no white asparagus. Green, different story, but white definitely has to be local. Anyways, what you do is either you peel them yourself and you want to take the ends off simply because they can be a bit hard and a bit bitter. And obviously the head of the asparagus is what you're really going for. So this is the tip, is the nice part. Now, what I like to do, and I've learned that from my mother and my parents. You want to keep those peelings. Now, if you go to a shop and have it peeled for you, sometimes they have to use big machines, by all means ask them, can I have some of these peelings? Because what you want to do is you want to actually throw them in with your asparagus. Because when you actually cook them or boil it, obviously they will release some of the flavors into the water, quite naturally. Now, you want to basically saturate the water that they sit in as much as you can. And also, if you are inclined to make a asparagus soup out of this afterwards, this will give it a lot more oomph than if you just use the asparagus by itself. Now, obviously, as you can tell, this basket is rather large, so it's super easy to use. Now, you could fill this up with just asparagus standing, then you wouldn't need, or you could barely use any of the peelings. But as it's only going to be our immediate family eating this should do it. Now, usually you go with about 5, depending on the weight, 6 asparagus pieces per person. So this should do just nicely for 3. Well, maybe one of our sons will not eat it, so will be 3, maybe will be 4. And then all you need to do is basically take this basket, put it in here, put some water in, bring it up to a simmer, and then you just let that cook for roughly 20 minutes and you're good to go. So it's mega easy. And just one more thing while we're at it, and I've already filled it water in between. Now, you don't want to cover the heads. So the heads need to be sticking out because you want them to be tender, but you don't want them submerged and they get all soggy and then they fall apart. So this is the correct amount of water inside. And now we're going to cover it with a lid, and we're going to put it on the stove and let that cook. And in the meantime, we're going to prepare our loin. Now, with the deer loin, whilst the water heats up for asparagus to go into, with the deer loin, it is almost like with any other steak. I mean, fair enough, this is game, so you want to have a good temperature control. We are shooting for about 54, 55 degrees. That should give it a perfect balance between tenderness, still juiciness, etc. Because it is so lean, this can go dry extremely quickly. But other than that, we're just going to use some coarse salt it from both sides. Let that salt do its job for a little while, and then we're going to put it outside on my enders. Now, the weather is not playing ball. It is rather windy outside, so I don't know how good the tone, so to speak, will be, so how much the microphone will cancel out. So I do apologize in advance for it, but I mean, obviously it is going to be a rather quick cook and we won't be needing many words. I don't think so, at least. So once the water has come to a boil, we're going to stick the asparagus in. That means it's 20 minutes, and that should be more than enough for the loin to cook. So I'll see you outside on the barbecue. So our sizzle zone is nice and hot. So we're going to put the deer on, and just as a precaution, we're going to throw in a ribeye steak as well. And now we're going to sear that for about 90 seconds each side. And then we're going to put it on the top and let it rest until it reaches 54 degrees, and then we're going to let it rest. And I'll see you then. 90 seconds are up. Let's have a quick look. We're seeing some color there already. Same with the steak. On for an additional 90 seconds, and then we'll see how we treat it. 90 seconds are up. Let's have a quick look, but it's already coming off. So what we're going to do is we're going to rest it right up here. The ribeye, we can give a little bit more branding over here, but obviously we want our deer to have a lot of time to relax, you know, get the juices going. So we're going to turn down the heat a little bit. We want roughly 100 degrees inside the barbecue, and then we can take it from there. So I'm going to close the lid, and we're going to measure the temperature in a minute. 2 minutes later, we're going to have a quick look what the temperature is like inside our deer, because we're already at 45 degrees. Steak is at 36, so we're on the right track. Right, we've already reached our internal temperature of 55 degrees. It is still resting, but let's have a quick look. But the juice is already coming out, obviously, where I poked it. So what do we have? 56, 57. So that is medium. Should we have a look? All right, so center cut. And boy, it is juicy. And look at that color. It's nice on the inside. It is not raw, it's nice and pink. And we're gonna dig in now. All right, here we go. This is what it looks like. I think it looks absolutely delicious. Very simple, very quick to make, as you can tell. And we're gonna dig in now. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video about our deer loin, you know, on the barbecue together with the asparagus. It was super delicious. It was on the point. So, you know, take it off at 54, let it rest. 55, 56, 57. Past 57 I wouldn't go, you know, but let it rest just a little bit. Now, as a word of warning, it can get cold rather quickly. So what you want to do is, once you've rested it, you really need to serve it immediately. But it was right on point, so I'm very happy with it. Now, if you did enjoy this video, I would appreciate a comment and a thumbs up. Head over to the subscribe button for more great videos to come, and I hope to see you soon again at Toby's Barbecue Corner.